Hello there. What a day of Barclays. Welcome to the Daily Grind here on Latte Firm. Liverpool have lost. Manchester City have lost. And Arsenal will go clear furthermore tomorrow if we can beat the old rival Tottenham Hotspur at the Emirates, 4:30 p.m. kickoff. What a day of generational hate watching, ladies and gents, boys and girls, and what a game we have to look forward to tomorrow. It just gives us a massive sort of boost of energy, inspiration, motivation, big bounce in that step tomorrow when we wake up and get out of bed and march on down to the Emirates. And the boys, the players, the coaching staff, the gaffer, they will be licking their lips. This is a chance. It is now time to go and claim that lead that we deserve if we can beat the North London derby rival Spurs and just move a little bit clearer, build that little gap between our rivals. Can't wait for it. Welcome to the show, short one tonight, just to kind of reflect on the day's action and look ahead to tomorrow. AFC 777, welcome back to the show. Evening FK and chat. What a day. Won't be there live tonight, but having a great evening. I know you're going to catch up on demand, but yeah, it was a great late night lounge last night, looking ahead to the game in a lot more detail. But today I just feel the vibes. The endorphins are rushing through my veins. Josh Miller is just happy. Evening, Paul. He says, evening all. Today's Hate Watch has been a classic. Let's hope tomorrow we take advantage of Liverpool and Man City's excellent results. You're in a good mood, Paul. Let's do this, says DJ D10. Hope you're recovering from your flu or illness I think you've had recently. Come on, Arsenal, shouts Pato Mac 23. Come on, Arsenal. Come on, Arsenal. Can't wait. Come on, you Gunners. Despite Manchester City losing again, they are still just so close. It kind of makes you feel a little bit on edge. But we have a chance. We have a chance to pull away a little bit furthermore. Pato's come back. He says the atmosphere has to be on point tomorrow. By the way, before I forget, congratulations obviously to Dave and to Adam Silito and of course Melissa and Rory, all of whom managed to get tickets from the Patreon chat. If you want to support the channel, because I don't ever want to work with betting companies, and you want to support the channel, get over to Latte Firm on Patreon, and for the price of a coffee a month, you can be in the hat for such perks. And of course, just elite ad-free content. Those of you going to the game tomorrow, 4:15 p.m., be in your seats. There is going to be a giant tifo unfurled by the Arsenal, and obviously the sort of pre-match vibes are going to be fire. I can't wait for it. Can't wait for it. Nathan says, inject it into my veins. It has been a glorious day. And Jake Ingo, welcome. Says, let's capitalize. Come on, you Gunners. Dave's in the house. Going to see you tomorrow, Dave. Can't wait. Says, evening, Gooners. Let's hope we can take advantage of today's Hate Watch. Has to be. This is it. Mikel, take this chance. Drive the team forward. Let's go, guys. Oh, I can't wait. Yes, I am late. I don't know if you guys have seen the latest tweet from Arsenal.com. And it's basically a whiteboard where I think all the Arsenal players that are in the match squad have been asked to just summarize the North London derby or how they're feeling in one word. And they've all signed it off. And it's very interesting because there are some surprises in terms of who's left messages, and you can make it out from their numbers. I wonder if Arsenal have just given it away, the Matchday squad. Go check it out, arsenal.com. Ampalash says, what a day of football results. We just need to beat these lot at the toilet bowl. We're at the Emirates tomorrow, of course, and we have to beat them away. Spurs, very different on their travels this season, top of the away league, but of course lurking in the relegation zone of the home league, if there was such a thing. Karen's here. Welcome, Karen. Hope you've had a lovely day. Chrome, good evening to you. Good evening, Graham Watkins. He says, good evening all. Latif is feeling just fantastic. Hello, FK. Thank you. Well, that was a great Saturday. It was. And your Saturday gets capped off by a very short daily grind here on Latte Firm. And Adzadzi bringing us back down to earth. The results today mean nothing if we don't win tomorrow. But it has been a sensational Saturday. You've got to enjoy the moments as they come. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm hoping desperately that we get 3 points, a clean sheet, and just go a little bit further clear. Chelsea, of course, climbing into second today. But you got to enjoy these moments. Henka, thank you so much for your beautiful words. Really appreciate it. Good news, Zakwoko says, FK, I'm screaming. That is how I was feeling at full time. I mean, when Harvey Barnes scored that second goal, I think I jumped up off the sofa. So happy. So happy. More than you believe. Lol, what a massive day this was, says DJ D10. Hand of Arsenal's in the house, man, as he always is every day. Says the cavalry are coming. Evening, Latte Firm Ultras. Much love, my brother FK. I cannot wait for tomorrow. I cannot. I mean, the cavalry are coming. I don't know if you guys have sort of checked in on socials. I've just mentioned the post on Arsenal.com have done, which I'm sure many of you have raced away to go and see. But depending on who you follow and who you believe and who you're close to, there could be a triple injury boost for Arsenal tomorrow. That is going to be very, very interesting. Forder on Football says, this has absolutely lifted me, but I still hold a grudge on Wayne. He's in my crosshairs. Yeah, it was not very complimentary about your editing skills on the old thumbnail. And of course, he just has tragic football opinions, football knowledge. So yeah, just chuck all the abuse that you can at WayneDwell20 _. Feels like a season-defining week, says Lewis. I mean, what a chance. What a chance. We were just talking yesterday in the last couple of shows. The next 4 games for both Arsenal and City after the international break were going to be absolutely immense. And everyone was thinking that City just aren't going to slip. I think they've won more times at St. James's Park in the Premier League than any other ground. Like, when I heard that stat before kickoff, I was like, what is the point? What is the point? And then I thought to myself, well, hang on. It's under the lights at St. James's Park. They've been atrocious on the road recently. It would be typical of Newcastle to put on a performance. And Harvey Barnes with the 2 goals. Trevor Rubin says, good evening, FK. Can't wait for tomorrow. Trevor, I found you on Twitter. Thank you for following me and for supporting me. I've just followed you back. Really appreciate it. Mike says, massive game. And Dave, any sort of win, 1-0 to the Arsenal, 5-0 to the Arsenal, doesn't matter. Going to be great to walk up Holloway Road. Hopefully we get the 3 points, like I say. Evening to Lucio, evening DJ D10. I think I've already said that already. Fun and Gunners in the house. Come on, you lovely Gunners. The table is set. Judah Madeline, welcome to the show. The pressure is now off tomorrow. We need to play with freedom. That's an interesting way of looking at it, Shane. For me, the pressure is fierce. It is the North London derby. It was going to be a fiery, sort of hectic, sort of hot game tomorrow, regardless. I think the pressure now is even more on Arsenal. I don't know if you guys agree watching in the chat. Arsenal have to go and deliver tomorrow. We have an absolute mega opportunity to really take this title sort of lead early on in the season by the scruff of the neck and just drag it through. What a chance tomorrow to go even clearer of Liverpool and Manchester City. Come on, you Gunners, shouts Jonathan. Evening Gooner says, Phoenix, welcome to the show, my man. I'm extremely confident that we are going to crash them. Come on, you Gunners. It's going to be a massive, massive game. Evening FK, what's the latest updates regarding our injured players? Check out Hand of Arsenal, his tweets and likes and shares and whatnot. But there is apparently, allegedly, reportedly, a triple injury boost for the boys. I imagine that's going to be Erdegaard, Madueke, Martinelli, maybe Victor Gyökeres. I don't know, but check out that post at arsenal.com I've just done. I'm telling you, just look at that picture at the end of the board and the players that have signed it. Victor Gyökeres has signed it as well. Interesting. Lynchen says, so excited for tomorrow. I deleted Twitter during the international break, but had to get back to it after the results today and tomorrow's North London derby. Well, that is where we shall begin. What a glorious day. The Barclays is back. We've been talking about it all throughout the international break. Let me just zoom in on my not so pretty face, but yeah, you might want to see me a close up. The day started, I guess. Well, Chelsea got the win away at Burnley. That was a game that we all expected Chelsea to win. And then at Anfield, Liverpool playing at home to Nottingham Forest. Liverpool having won one game in their last 6, now one game in their last 7, because they were smashed at home by Sean Dyche's Nottingham Forest. An incredible game of football. I got to be honest, Liverpool were on top for the first 20, 30 minutes. They couldn't take any chances. Forest scored with their first chance, then had a goal disallowed for a ridiculous VAR decision on handball. There was no way that was handball. And honestly, at that point, I thought Liverpool were going to just come back into the game and win it. Isak was on the pitch, and of course, he went completely missing. His air kick was most amusing in that second half. And then Forest come out in the second half and start amazingly, getting a second goal. And the third one came. It was a bad day at the office for Liverpool. And depending again on who you follow and who you believe, there is a rift in the dressing room. The manager has apparently lost the dressing room. They're in trouble. They are in big trouble. I think they're in the bottom half of the Premier League table. They should be safe from relegation as long as Alex Isak starts scoring at some point. But they're in trouble. Are they the worst Premier League champions ever? Oh, that's crazy. Vegas says Chelsea might be a threat, to be fair. Ampalash comes back and says Chelsea won't be a threat. Good for Life 439 says we have to take advantage of today. Please. And Ash is delighted. He nabbed a ticket on the ticket exchange. I will be there, he says. Vamos. Well done, you, mate. Ticket exchange has been on fire today. Pep is fuming. That is, of course, the game that followed in the evening. Like I said, the late kickoff under the lights, St. James's Park. and 2-1. I mean, this was a great game of football. Harvey Barnes, when he missed that first chance in the first half, I think we were all on the floor. How did you miss that bad contact? He kind of leant back and sort of, scuffed it wide. And at that point, I thought, now they'll get into this. And City did look dangerous in moments. And then, of course, they went 1-0 up. City responding through Ruben Dias with was it Ruben Dias? Yeah, it was Ruben Dias. He sort of just smashed it through 3-4 defenders, and it eventually went in on Fabian Schär to make it 1-1. And that was an immediate response, as the commentator team said. And that's what makes good champions, blah, blah, blah. And then Harvey Barnes at the other end again, 2-1. It was a frantic 6-7 minutes at St. James's Park. And it kind of all kicked off after the final whistle. Donnarumma, Joel Linton, Pep Guardiola with the cameraman, lots of sort of handbags. But it was a really, really important win for Newcastle and a really big defeat for Manchester City, certainly in our eyes. And listen, City have already lost quite a few games this season. Liverpool have lost quite a few games this season. I know you don't win the league in this sort of time of the year. You may not even sort of lose the league, but there's not much wiggle room left if Arsenal maintain the defensive stability that we have and just maintain the difficulty that we have when people play against us. Mr. Clock, welcome to the show, says Evening Gunners. KSSNYW says, lol, FK, the chat today's been sensational. We've got to send all of our best vibes for a tonking of the Spuds tomorrow. Pep was spitting paella at the end of the game. He was very, very upset. DJ D10 says, let's just slowly grow the gap, not lose our minds if we make a draw along the way. Have you met Arsenal fans? Fanagana says, these are all signs that the prophecy shall be fulfilled, he says. Let's do this, says O'Malley. 8109. It is just O'Malley. Don't know why StreamYard continues to do this with user handles, but O'Malley, I'm gassed, man. I am so excited. We have a sensational opportunity. And there you can see on the right-hand side, we are top of the Premier League with a game in hand, 3 points ahead of Chelsea. So we have a chance to extend the lead by 6 points, 2 6 points tomorrow over Chelsea. That will be, hopefully, if we can get to 29, a 7-point gap on Manchester City, who, will always be there. I'm telling you, they will. But we have a massive, massive chance. Good evening to Jeffrey. Danny says, I think regardless of results today, the players are always going to be up for tomorrow. The North London derby is a big game for all of them. Umair is in the house, says, hello, FK and chat. Bit late tonight. Wasn't expecting a live. Neither was I, to be fair. Neither was I. But to be fair, after those results, how can you not? Scroll down, FK. What's going on? What is happening? The NLD is a session on its own. Have I missed something? Slot looked lost. Forder says, FK, do you think it takes the pressure or puts more on the North London derby tomorrow? Forder, I got to be honest. I think it actually puts more pressure on Arsenal tomorrow. There was pressure anyway. It's the North London derby, first game back from the international break. I think if both teams had have won today, Liverpool and more importantly City, there would have been immense pressure. It's a different kind of pressure. But I do think now the world is expecting, and they are expecting Arsenal to take advantage. And of course, the narrative is going to be, oh, Arsenal bottled it again and another chance goes skipping by. I think we have to go there and nail this opportunity. Just get the win, twat those boys from up the road, and just win the game. That is all that counts tomorrow. And you know what? When you think about our sort of recent record in the North London derby, our last 6 games, we've won 5 of them. Arsenal 3-1, 2-0 away, then 2-2 at the Emirates, which was a draw, obviously. Beating the Spurs 3-2, and then 1-0 back-to-back away from home and 2-1. Our record at home at the Emirates is pretty damn good. We've scored in our last 26 Premier League games against Spurs at least once. It's the first Premier League game that Spurs won't have Son or Kane in their team in over 10 years. So it's definitely a different vibe, different feel. Thomas Frank, obviously, in the dugout. And like I said at the start of the show, they're very, very good away from home. They're not so good at home. But that is the way that the table is looking. So there's a lot to be, I think, excited about. And of course, we know that big Gabby Magalhaes is obviously injured at the moment. We know that he's going to be missing, quite a few games, it would seem. But I think we have a lot to be sort of positive about. And certainly we would be favourites to win this game. Absolutely, we're going to be favourites, and we've got a chance to really take control of this title race. Now, if you remember our last Premier League game, we dropped points in a thrilling 2-2 draw away at Sunderland. The last late sort of equaliser in injury time really sort of denting our mood. I think we'd gone through a remarkable sort of 820 odd minutes without conceding a goal in all competitions before that draw at the Stadium of Light. Then, of course, on the back of that draw, international break came. Gabi Magalhaes limps out of Brazil's 2-0 friendly win over Senegal at the Emirates Stadium with that groin or thigh injury. And now the defender is expected to miss, 4 to 6 weeks, I would say. Maybe the run up to Christmas. He's going to miss crucial games, the North London derby, Bayern Munich in the Champions League, Chelsea in the Premier League. Big games. And of course, we've also got existing doubts over Gyökeres and Ødegaard and Martinelli, and Kai Havertz is out. Gabi Jesus, even though he's been training, obviously the North London derby comes way too soon for him. So we've got some real injury challenges, and we've got some real things that we need to be concerned about. But it is an opportunity tomorrow. Let's go back to the chat. DJ D10 says, I agree. City will be there until the end of the season, but there isn't the same inevitable feeling about them at the moment. Those are the key words. David says there's pressure either way, but if we win, less pressure on the Chelsea game. I've been in the WhatsApp groups. I'm sure you guys have got your own sort of circles of friends that you talk to. There's a lot of chat about just throwing the Bayern game. How do you guys feel about that? I guess I'm leaning towards, actually, if we were to lose or draw against Bayern but beat both Chelsea and Spurs, I'd take that. I'd take that all day long. Indy Barge, he's out on a night out. Look at this commitment to the firm. I've got absolutely minimal signal, but hello, FK, and we've got to make it count tomorrow. He's on a night out, but Indy is still repping the latte firm. It is good to see you in the chat, man. Enjoy your night. Go on, man. Just go and spend time with friends and family and loved ones and get ready for tomorrow in the way that game deserves. Bryn says, do you have a favourite North London derby goal? I mean, the first ones that come to mind, Thierry Henry running that solo goal at Highbury. Absolutely extraordinary. Extraordinary. Dennis Bergkamp from the Highbury days. Ian Wright crossing it in the rain. Bergkamp one touch. Curled it into the bottom corner. Then that famous knee slide with the clenched fists. That was sensational. Cesk's goal from kickoff. Theo Walcott double in that 5-2 when we were 2-0 down. Rosicky in the FA Cup where he sprinted away from the halfway line to make it 2-0. And Theo Walcott, the old injury. I mean, we've had some glorious games against that lot. We've scored some fantastic goals, but I think Thierry Henry's probably just edges it. Paul says, we know anything but a win isn't good enough tomorrow. We know that Spurs are coming not to lose. Yeah, look, Thomas Frank, obviously in charge. He's a nice guy, likable guy, annoyingly in the dugout, but he is going to try and inflict some damage on us. And listen, the biggest headache I think Arteta has, biggest decision he's got to make is who plays at left centre-back and left back tomorrow. Now, we talked about this at length on last night's Late Night Lounge. I don't know what you guys are feeling today. I keep changing my mind every sort of 2-3 hours. I think my instinct says chuck in Mosquera because he's played really well alongside William Saliba, and then just play Ricky Calafiori at left back because he's been really good this season. When I think about it, I think to myself, well, Ricky Calafiori can play left centre back. We want that sort of left-footed player alongside Saliba. And then you can play Miles Lewis-Skelly, who's got the Hale End, the Arsenal. He's such a solid boy. He can tuck into midfield, as we know that he can do. And he's very, very difficult to run against. He's very, very, very rarely is he beaten by that winger. And whether they play Brennan Johnson or Mohamed Kudus, if he's fit, I think Miles Lewis-Skelly can do a job. I'm a little bit nervous about Pierre Nketiah. I'm not doubting his ability at all. I think he's obviously going to be a great player. Played for Ecuador more than 50 times. Was an invincible for Xabi Alonso at Leverkusen. Obviously a very aggressive, sort of front-footed, physically strong, aerially dominant, very strong sort of defender, left-footed as well. But I feel really uneasy about letting him start in the North London derby because it would be his first start in the Premier League. I'm not sure. Maybe you guys can convince me otherwise. Indy Barge, Humpty Dumpty has had a great fall again. Yeah, I called him Humpty Dumpty on socials a couple of weeks ago. I think he's really sort of cottoned on. Jags says, hello. Welcome to you, my man. D-Day Spring says, can we stop talking about pressure? The team should take advantage of these losses and put in the work that backs up the expectation. If they ain't mature after 3 second-place finishes, it's on them. Look, you got to put it into context. It's pressure tonight. It's pressure. We're looking ahead to the game tomorrow. We've enjoyed 2 brilliant results for us, and it just adds a bit of spice to tomorrow's fixture. There's a little bit more, it feels like, than just 3 points. I think it's a chance for us to make a statement, to go out and win your derby after the results that we've just seen. Go out and just spread that gap a little bit more. I think it's a different type of pressure. Evening to Mohamed Zakaria. The chat is absolutely buzzing, says good news. It absolutely is. Paul says our biggest handicap tomorrow is the referee. Yes, gosh, I forgot. Michael Oliver, who obviously gave that abysmal red card to Miles Lewis-Skelly, if you remember, at Wolves, and then of course I think he was the one who sent off Trossard at City, didn't he? Last year when we succumbed to the sort of 2-2 draw at the end, early in the first half. Trossard got sent off. Well, my memory's abysmal. But Michael Oliver, I think Arsenal just have to fly out the blocks and take the referee out of the game. Play the football that we know and love, control the game, be dominant, take the game to Spurs, and just don't even let the referee have any decisions that basically make us think about him. Mohammed says his favourite goal, Rosicki Thunderbolt at the lane. That was some goal, to be fair. Indy says, I'm staying at a friend's who supports Spurs. It's going to be crazy tomorrow. Hopefully, good for you. Class video for tomorrow. Arsenal have just released. I can't wait. I'm going to look. I'll look for that. Dave says MLS would suit tomorrow's game. That's what I'm feeling. DJ D10 says, I realise the importance of the NLD, but honestly, not being from Tottenham, not being from London, Tottenham is like number 5 on my hate list. I understand that. I respect that. And, the Arsenal-Tottenham rivalry isn't for everyone, particularly, those of you who maybe sort of live and work overseas. Having grown up in North London and having been surrounded by Spurs fans my whole life, it means so much to me, DJ D10. I would say I think I hate Chelsea more than Spurs because of what they did to football and how they really, ruined Arsene Wenger's life by destroying the financial regulations of the game and all the financial doping just because they're a scummy club. But the rivalry with Spurs is hot. It's fierce. You wake up in the morning, you don't enjoy it really until the final whistle's gone. And when you win, it's just the best feeling. Hamid says Calafiori will be left back. Mosquera will fill in for Big Gabby. Yeah, listen, I think it is going to be Mosquera. I think I'd prefer that we had a left-sided centre-back, actually, in Ricky Calafiori, but I think that's what Arteta is going to do. So we shall see. Yep, Oliver sent Trossard off for kicking the ball away in the second half after he blew the whistle, and the MLS red card was a total joke. I remember that. Bryn says, I'm worried about Miles Lewis-Skelly's playing time. Hope it doesn't affect him mentally. I'm not worried. Bryn, I think it's a long old season, and this is a boy who's 18, 19 years of age. He's already played 50-odd times for Arsenal at that age, at the highest level, on the greatest stage. He's going to get game time. There's no doubt about it. And there's absolutely no way Ricky Calafiori goes the whole season without, having some sort of time on the sideline. So that is the biggest decision for Arsenal. And this was the news that broke on socials just a few moments ago. 3 injury boosts apparently for Arsenal tomorrow. If I had to bet, and I hate betting and don't take my advice, I reckon it'll be the skipper. I reckon it'll be Nonu Madueke, and I reckon it'll be Gabby Martinelli back, maybe on the bench. I wonder if any of them might be fit enough to start. I don't know. Mikel Arteta in the press conference saying that they've been working so hard at Colney during the international break. And, he didn't want to sort of, he smiled and didn't want to give an answer, being very, very coy about who was back. And then I just, that post that I talked about at the very start of the game, Arsenal released it about 35, 40 minutes ago on Twitter, a board where all the players or some players have signed a whiteboard and basically described the North London derby in one word. And you can see 1 or 2 players there, Gabby Martinelli, Victor Gyökeres, VG14, he signed it. And I just wonder if the club have just given away their matchday squad as a result. If Victor is fit, oh my God, I don't think I can deal with Mikel Merino starting up top tomorrow in the North London derby. Of course, if he does, firmly behind him, I'll be, from the North Bank. Don't even misunderstand me. But I desperately want us to have a proper centre forward tomorrow. Can't wait. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. What a rascal. What a menace. Just teasing me, man. I WhatsApped you about 20 minutes ago, bro. Come on, just give me something, man. Give me something. Danny says, I think Ødegaard starts. Ooh, I don't know. I mean, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? The skipper. Oh, wouldn't that be fantastic? Away says it's Madueke, Martinelli, Ødegaard, and Calafiori who are back in the squad. I wonder. And woo, this is my favorite username. Says FK, cannot wait to get to the carpet tomorrow, taking my nephew to his first game as well. Oh gosh, I'm so nervous but excited. Football, couldn't love it more. How old is your nephew? Because to take your nephew, I don't know if that's a young lad or potentially sort of older. I hope you have a lovely time, of course, and I hope he has a really tremendous time. Bryn, thank you so much for becoming a YouTube channel member. Your support means the absolute world to me. Please feel free to join over at Patreon. There are much better perks than becoming a YouTube channel member. I set that up just to allow people to support the channel. So many people have asked for it. Really, really appreciate the support. Thank you so much. I love that, man. Hassa, who's also a channel member, says, imagine a glowing Victor with a magical deliverance from the skipper. Imagine Henke says, if Big Vic plays, I can smell a Romero red card. Martin Odegaard, Victor Gyökeres, and Gabriel Jesus, says Omar Dino. Han of Arsenal is enjoying the suspense, and he says he's hang about. What's going on? What's he said to me? Don't worry, I'm not going to give it away, but I'm just gonna breathe. Let's have a look. No way! What? Oh yes. Han of Arsenal, my boy. Tune in tomorrow. It is going to be a great game. David says the cavalry has returned. Han of Arsenal. Han of Arsenal. Sorry, I hate to do this to all the viewers, but be excited. Hassa says, never seen FK reach for his phone that quickly. No, I can't say it. Come on, I can't say it. But all I will say, it wasn't Victor Gyökeres sending me a text. I wish it was Victor Gyökeres sending me a text. But listen, you know, one of the Han of Arsenal is obviously in the chat. I have to say, this is a guy who, you know, we've been in touch all throughout the summer, and you know, there are things that he could easily share, and he doesn't, because he knows it's the right thing to do to not share, because the club obviously don't want it out. And you know, you got to protect things like team news. It is private, and the more leaks, there are some people that are just so desperate for all of the sort of retweets and likes and shares. But this guy, he has told me so much news over the summer, still continues to tell me so much news that would blow your minds, but he just doesn't do it because he chooses not to, and he can't. But you know, I guess what, I don't even know what I'm saying. He's a good guy. He's one of the good ones, and he's very confident tomorrow of a few returns to the squad. Let's just put it that way. That's a lovely way to end the show, isn't it? I mean, come on, guys, let's go, guys. I mean, wow. I'm buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing. That's all I'm going to say in closing. Is a massive fixture tomorrow. Always is on paper. Always one of the first fixtures that you look out for when the fixtures are announced at the start of the season. And there was always going to be pressure going into the game. Whether Liverpool and City won today, lost today, drew today, doesn't matter. Got to take care of business. It's on our home turf. And Mikel Arteta and his tricky Reds, they love the North London derby. I cannot wait for the game. One more reminder, if you are going to the game, and so many of our Patreon members are, make sure you are in your seat by 4:15 p.m. because there is going to be a pre-match display, hopefully a really good tifo, and just to get the kind of like juices flowing. And what a game, what a day it's going to be. We're going to be back after the game with a match reaction at some point. Please sort of bear with me as I make my way home, and if we are in a jubilant and euphoric mood, it might take a little bit longer, but we'll do something for sure tomorrow night. Really appreciate it. Wow, man, you guys are very polite. Trevor, that's why you're one of the best podcasts to listen to, FK. Keep up the great work. Really appreciate that. Why are we ending so early, says Good News. I mean, look, we could go on all night, but it's 10 o'clock, and I'm sure you guys have got better things to do. Match of the day is going to start in about 20 minutes in the UK. I'm sure you want to watch all of that stuff from today again. Cleo says, now I'm buzzing too, except I don't even know why. You know why. Do yourselves a favor. Go and watch. Arsenal, I think, released in the middle of the week, like the top 25 North London derby goals. There are some absolute bangers in that. Enjoy it. Dave says, FK and the Han of Arsenal, turning up my excitement for tomorrow's game. Dave, I can't wait to see you tomorrow, man. Can't wait to see what snacks you've got tomorrow and just what your prediction's going to be. Really enjoy it. Listen, look after yourselves, okay? Making content is really fun when I'm doing it with you guys, and the vibes are positive, and the mood is one of excitement. I hope this time tomorrow we are still buzzing, and even furthermore after thumping the old enemy. If you've tuned in tonight and you've tuned in for the first time and you've enjoyed the content, please do subscribe to the channel. It's a massive help. Like the video as well on your way out, and just sleep well, because it's going to be a glorious day at the Emirates. Come on, the Arsenal.